This is Paranormal Short Session 5 by Keith Evans. I'm at the Crawfordville Cemetery in Crawfordville, Florida. Today is the 26th of April 2023, and it is a Wednesday. I'm looking at this older tombstone. It's very hard to read, and it's got a little footstone. It's got a more recent type grave cradle, I would imagine, with stone in the middle. Keep the grass from growing. And if you can read the name, leave me a comment, because I couldn't read it. Looks like in memorial to Mrs. And then from there, I have a hard time reading it. So, this area pretty much looks purple, because it is well shaded. It says it's about 84.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Or if you look over here where the sun's hitting, it's about it says over 100. So it might feel that hot, but I don't think it is. But somehow that's what it's showing. The yellow ground, it's showing 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I don't think so, but I'll show you what I get. So I haven't noticed any unusual, unexplained cold areas. This is going to be a cold area simply because it's a tombstone that's shaded by a pretty good size evergreen tree. So let's go down here and check out another tombstone, which is a husband and wife. They have a little footstone here. I don't know if you can see it on here or not. It might be the same temperature as the ground. Let's get it in the shade. Yeah, you can see the shady area is purple. Hopefully you can see that at home. Alright, and this is the tombstone, which is a little bit purple. It takes longer for the tombstone to heat up, but it's not anything paranormal or unexplained going on. This is Georgia Ann Vickers and R.L. Vickers. I assume maybe husband and wife, but I might be wrong. My apologies to the Vickers if I'm wrong about that. But it is an interesting tombstone. This is Georgia Ann Vickers, born October 5th, 1856, and passed away January 16th, looks like 1957. And then R.L. Vickers, September 3rd, 1864, till May, looks like 1st, 1927. All right, that's somewhat purple. Let's go around and look in the shade area towards the west side. We see the east side, which has got some sunshine. Okay, to me it looks purple. If I just look through the FLIR C5 Thermal Imager, if I look through the camera, it's very hard to see anything. So hopefully at home you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. I try to tilt it so there's not as much of a mirror image of the sky in the background. Now, this is another little tombstone that was hard to read. You can see it's pretty much yellow. It's as warm as the environment around it. I think you can see that. Keep my hand from shaking. And after holding this camera for a while, I get weak. There that one is. Let's go in the shade area. This is another Mrs. L. It looks like SW is the name, and I'm not sure what SW stands for. Now in the shade, if I look just right at the C5 Thermal Camera, I can see the tombstone is like a light purple, and the shadow is still a more darker purple than the tombstone. And right now my little gizmo that shows me where I'm pointing is right on the dark purple, which it says it's like, what, 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Then if we go up to the light purple, it's about 93.9 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where the little site is located. So, oops, I dropped my camera looking at my C5. So that, you can see it's 95.2 where the C5 camera is pointed, the little sighting, and then this sighting is now on the dark purple, which is like 85.3 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, sure you can see that. Go back up here. Sometimes I'm centered and you don't get to see the sidebar that shows the actual temperature. All right, hope you can see that at home. Out in the sunlight, my camera, it just looks like I'm seeing a mirror image or a blank image on the screen of the camera. So I'm going to end with the thermal imager, and I'm going to go back to where I started, utilize my Ovilus Vb, and try to ask some questions and see if I get any answers. There's my Ovilus Vb. What is your name? The person buried here at this tombstone, Mrs. It looks like D to me.
Students. Angry.
I heard something like student and angry. Yes, students. STUDENTS, angry. ANGRY. May I ask what you're angry about? Is there anything I can do to help to make you happy? No, I actually, if I'm doing something that you don't like, let me know and I'll try to modify my behavior. Does anyone know the name of the person that's buried here? It looks like Mrs. D. Gosh, it's hard. It almost looks like A-R-T. P-A-R-T-A? Or is it P-R-L-A? It doesn't even look like a name. It just looks like initials. Maybe it's a E-A at the end. Well, my name is Keith Evans, and I'm going to be using this on YouTube. And the short snippets are going to be on video, short pieces of video. 30 seconds will be on Instagram and Facebook. Hopefully you don't mind communicating with me. If you don't mind, you could use this piece of equipment that I'm shaking up and down. It's called the Ovilus Vb. You can use your energy to choose words from the Ovilus Vb's database. Yes, it will drain your energy. That's the bad part about it, which might not be good for you if you want to do other things right after. So I'll let you know. But you got a neat little grave here. I'm just worried that this tree is going to really displace your tombstone pretty soon if it keeps growing. Well, students are angry. Now, maybe the students are angry about a different issue other than me. Yes. Shootings at school. Yeah, hey, if I was going to school, yeah, I'd be worried. I don't want to get shot. So, yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. Students angry. Oh, rapture. Rapture is R-A-P-T-U-R-E. Students angry rapture. I don't know if rapture is the answer, but it seems like it's one of your suggestions. So I think a lot of times the ghosts of spirits just look at what's going on and they let you know that they're intelligent by saying, you know, what's going on in the world today. I know there's protesting going on in Tennessee about trying to get stricter gun laws to, help make sure less people have weapons of war to go into schools and start shooting up the place. To me, I don't really feel we need weapons of war. I had that when I was in the Army. If you want that, join the Army and you'll have it for 20 years. Or longer if you like. All right, let's move right along. I got another word. Master, M-A-S-T-R-E-R. I'm not your master. I'm Keith Evans, and I'm hoping to talk to you. I'm here at the Victor's grave. They got a little footstone. And our E. Victor, Georgia Ann Victor. Oh, Cancel. Cancel must have been another name or maybe a surname. All right. Now if you can see Rapture on there and out in the sun like this, it's really hard for me to see. It looks clearer there. Should be able to see it at home. The way it verifies that my data is what you're seeing, not what I'm saying that's taking place, but you actually see it as I see it on the Ovilus Vb. I think that's about as clear as I can get it. All right, this is Georgia Ann Victor's. Georgia Ann Cancel Victor's. What would you like to ask me today? Do you have any questions? And also to R. Lee Victor's. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Yes, you can choose words from the Ovilus 5. That's the piece of equipment I'm shaking up and down. This is the camera. I'm going to be putting it on YouTube. And YouTube is just an electronic version that shows the actual picture, moving picture, and also the audio, what you can hear. So if you don't want to be a part of that, you don't have to choose any words from my Ovilus 5B. And as long as you don't materialize for the camera, you won't be on the video in any way. But if you don't mind, I'd be more than happy to listen to whatever you have to say on my Ovilus 5, the one I'm shaking up and down. And I also would like to see you if you can materialize. That would be cool. The people at home would be tickled to death, and it doesn't happen very often, and it usually happens inside and not outside. So I think probably outside I wouldn't be able to see you, and probably the camera wouldn't either. So any questions for me? I'll give you a few more minutes here. Last three words I got were angry, rapture, and master. Let's look at the back of the Victor's. I've got another word. Let's get down here in the shade. Use the shade from the tombstone so you can see better. Can you see that? Hopefully. Alright, the word was, I got three words. Roll, R-U-L-E, this, S-T-I-S, and form, F-O-R-M. Roll this form. See if I get my own shade, I might be able to have you see it at home. Roll this form. It still looks kind of blurry to me. Roll this form. That was the words that I just got. walking from the front to the back. So, roll this form. Why would you want to roll a form? Are you talking about like a document that one fills out? Are you talking about form as in the shape of the tombstone? So you're saying this tombstone rules. Is that like saying that's just a nice tombstone and you like it? Maybe. I think it's cool. It attracted me. It's got that nice shape and it's also decorative. It's got a wider background for the writing, and it's got a really nice base that it sets on. Got a couple more words here. Sound like 2 words. Well, let me look. 3 more words. Quest, Q-U-E-S-T, used, U-S-E-D, and soul, S-O-U-L. Quest, use, soul. Well, I guess quest could mean that I'm trying to utilize their soul. Well, if your soul can communicate with me, it's not me utilizing your soul, it's you choosing to utilize your soul to communicate with me and to anyone who may see this. So let me see if I can. So that is a quest is like your goal. Your goal is to use the soul. As long as you're talking about using your soul, my soul is my soul and your soul is your soul. So you can use your own soul, not mine. Got that? All right, thank you. All right, see if I can get some more words on here and try to get clarification. Georgia Ann, Mrs. Georgia Ann and Mrs. L.R. Well, L.R. might be a male, so I'm not sure, but let's see, got more words. We got after soul, S-O-U-L, we got fuzzy, F-U-Z-Z-Y, and unholy, U-N-H-O-L-Y. Oh, fuzzy. Am I coming through? You see me as being fuzzy or unholy? No, I think I'm holy enough. As far as fuzzy, that might be the way you're seeing me. Thank you for that update. I can't see you at all, sorry. All right. Jumped. That's what it sounded like it said. J-U-M-P-E-D. Well, I think my soul is completely full, so I don't think you can jump into my soul, but a lot of people would become worried, and as you can see, I'm pretty much alone here in the middle of a cemetery, and I'm not really concerned at all. Alright, jumped is J-U-M-P-E-D. Try to get it here so you can see it. I'm looking right at my camera screen and it's not coming in good at all. That might be the best that it'll come in. Seems to be more clear far out. Pulled it up too close, it just gets blurry. So that is. Alright. Now we're going to move over to this little grave over here. And this is another one that I have a hard time reading. It looks like Mrs. L.S. I can see it better now. Swearenger. Swear. Well, maybe it's a B. Swearbenger. Huh. Died May 13th, 1893, age 63 years. A memorial to Mrs. L.S. Swearbenger. Huh. I can read it now at this angle. I think everyone at home should be able to see that. All right, Mrs. L.S. Swearbenger, what would you like to ask me?
Being. Scratch.
A couple words. Slight, S-L-I-G-H-T. Being, B-E-I-N-G. Scratched, S-C-R-A-T-C-H. I don't know if you see it or not. I don't know, it's hard for me to see. Slight being scratched. I don't feel that you're touching me at all. So, if you're trying to scratch me, I'm sorry, I can't feel it. Or am I making you feel like you're slightly being scratched? Well, I'm not trying to scratch you, Mrs. L.S. Swearbenger. I'm not trying to harm you at all. Do you feel like I am slightly scratching you? So, try to angle this where you can see it. It's so light out and there's no shade. Well, there's a little shade over here. Let me run to this shade and then see if I can get some good video of this. How's that? Slight being scratched. Slight is S-L-I-G-H-T, being, B-E-I-N-G, and scratch is S-C-R-A-T-C-H. Right. I guess we'll go back over here to talk to Mrs. S.L. Swearbenger. If that's a B, looks like a B. Could be a R. Swearbenger. That could be true too. Sorry, I can't really see your name. Could be a B, could be a R. S-W-E-A-R or B-E-N-G-E-R. Mrs. L.S., what did you like about Crawfordville the best? I don't think it's a new word on there.
Dash. Ida.
Looked like it said dash, D-A-S-H, and Ida, I-D-A. Hi, Ida. My name is Keith Evans. We'll go over here in the shade so you can see that. Got another word. 2 more words. After Ida, we got drift. D-R-I. Well, let me take a closer look. D-R-I-F-T and finish. F-I-N-S-H. Ida says to drift, finish. Well, I'm not drifting over here to annoy you, Ida, or Mrs. Was it LS? I'm coming over in the shade so people at home can see my words on my Ovilus Vb. The screen's very hard to see when you're out in the sun. At least I have a hard time seeing it. Ida, my name is Keith Evans. What is your last name, Ida? Ida, are you buried in this graveyard? I see there's a lot of empty areas where people might be buried and there's just no tombstone or marker left. So, Ida, were you buried near Mrs. L.S. Swearinger? Got a couple of words. Let me go back to the shade to be able to see it. Looks like after finish is below and drop. Below is B-E-L-O-W and drop is D-R-O-P. See if I can bring that in for the people at home to see. They say below drop. So you are dropped below. Okay. I guess that's what it feels like when they lower your body or being dropped below. You notice how a lot of times the words make sense if you do them in reverse. Do the last one and then do the next to the last one. Drop below. Because I guess when your body's put in the grave, you feel like you're being dropped below. So apparently Ida is there. Ida, what year did you pass away? Do you remember? I'm going to stay in the shade. Well, maybe I'm losing the connection when I get that far away. Got a couple words. Let's see what Ida had to say. Usually a ghost spirit will give you their name that they're willing to communicate, unless they run out of energy. It looked like often, O-F-T-E-N, and hop. Often hop. After drop, we got often hop. I guess I woke with a little limp, so maybe she's... No, it's not hop, it's P. Often is O-F-T-E-N, and it's mop. Well, I try to mop my floor where I live as much as possible because it just constantly gets dirty. I walk in this grass and then right into the house. There's no hard driveway to get all the dirt and grass off before you get inside. Yes, I mop a good bit, so often mop often. That would be the last word and the next to the last word. Well, ghosts and spirits a lot of times want to tell you about yourself, that they see what you're doing in your daily life. That shows you're dealing with an intelligent spirit. So, well, from the shade of my little evergreen tree here, I guess I'll end today's session. This has been Paranormal Short Session 5 by Keith Evans at the Crawfordville Cemetery. And today is Wednesday, the 26th of April, 2023. I got the leaves blowing on my head here, so I can feel that. It's not paranormal. I'd like to thank everyone who watches and likes my YouTube channel, Paranormal Short Sessions by Keith Evans, my Facebook and my Instagram locations. And also, please check out my new ebook on Kindle called The Hayes House Ghost or People 2. It's the same as the paperback, but it's new on ebook as of like February of this year, February 2023. And if you like to read the paperbacks, my book is sold just about any place online, only online. So check out online where good books are sold for The Hayes House Ghost or People 2. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for watching me and listening to my conversations with the ghosts and spirits. All right, everyone, have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.